It's a tough sport. I'm well aware of what can happen. I don't think there's any other sport in the world that has as many factors. When you look at track conditions and the dirt and how it changes every lap, and each of those riders are on a machine that could go right or go wrong, and then they're making decisions. When you're very competitive, you always want more. I think if you're in this situation, whether you're a team manager or a pro rider, you know, you kind of walk away from the season going, in that moment, if I would have made this choice, or if I would have done this, it could have worked out here, and then the points, you know, the points could have turned out different. So I always want more. Supercross went really well. I think, you know, Malcolm obviously had a breakthrough year where he was in the mix. I think we were all just ready and expecting and hoping for that win. It slipped through the fingers a little bit, but I know that he's working hard and he's excited for next year to, you know, get that first Supercross win. You know, the rest of the guys also were working really hard and had their, you know, their moments. You know, RJ won his first Supercross in the lights class, and that was very exciting. This sport is full of ups and downs, you know, so you got to take the good with the bad, and you can't take the highs too high and the lows too low. So we do our best to stay on track and keep the train moving forward.
So name, role, how long? Yeah. Sean Murphy. I am the race team coordinator for Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing. I've been here since 2015. You know, I always get to that point in Supercross where I'm ready for motocross, and you know, I look forward to 40 guys lined up on a gate. You know, there's just something about it that gets your heart racing.
You guys can go through the tunnel and just be in there wherever you can see the best, and just if they need you, just make sure they know where you are. I think they don't have an official mechanics area, so maybe down through there they can see you pretty good. You can flag them in. There's an opening. There's also an opening over here. Transitioned into these last couple weeks during the break from Supercross to motocross. Got the guys out here, checking in on them, seeing how they're, you know, how they're looking on the bikes, doing some last-minute testing, and you know, trying to get them as dialed in as possible to go, you know, to this first round of motocross. There's been some tough decisions. There's been some things that have happened along the way. Obviously, with Dean crashing, you know, midway through the Supercross season, you know, we were looking, okay, who could we replace him with for the time being until he's heals up and he's ready to come back. So we grabbed Shane McElrath, which is a very experienced rider who's been a front runner for a long time, and he's very capable. He hopped on the Husqvarna and felt comfortable right away, and is very excited for the opportunity to do some racing. And we had to kind of look at every angle coming into motocross with Malcolm was milking a little bit of a knee injury and got a little banged up there in the last round of Supercross, even though he closed that chapter very well and had a great, you know, final round at Salt Lake City. He is going to be doing some rehab on his knee for a little bit, so we're kind of sitting with a void going, you know, what do we do?
I got the call from Nate, and he was like, hey, can you be out here in California the following week? And I'm like, dude, I'm there, and I'm ready to do whatever. So super excited about it. It was a really good opportunity. For me, it's something that is a little bit of a disadvantage compared to other people, but it's kind of something that we all deal with at different parts of our careers.
Biggest respect I have for motocross is how brutal it is. It's the grassroots of racing motorcycles. The tracks get rough, the temperatures go up, the bikes get beat up, the crew gets beat up and tired and burned out. And, you know, I think that I'm looking forward to the success in the middle of all that hard work, all the way around for everybody. So it's a challenge from every aspect.
Yeah, I mean, expectations are there every year. Yeah, they keep gradually going higher and higher, but it's mainly just riding like I know how and putting myself in good positions and being able to capitalize on kind of what's given to me.
I want to be there all 12 rounds and all 24 motos. You know, I believe if I do that and put myself in the right position every time, it'll play out how I want it to, and that's my biggest goal.
I think last year I showed a lot of flashes, but was really up and down, I feel like, still. So I kind of just want to be a consistent guy in the top range, but I think I'm capable of it, so we'll be good.
We've talked all about it. We've watched practice and qualifying. We've theorized. We've bench raced. Now it is time to go. Fly Racing 30-second card is up. Revs are up. Gates down to the 2022 season. We got a crash here. It's a Jalik Small, I believe. Oh.
And what happens, he just nipped the guy's back wheel, and now he's in a bad spot. It looks like maybe dislocated his shoulder, something with his right arm.
Here we are. The cavalry is coming. It is RJ Hampshire on the move. He has made some passes. He's gotten around Hamaker. So that'll put Hampshire into the third place spot.
Yeah, we've put in some good work. Wish my start was a bit better on that, but stoked on how we feel today, how the bike is. Clicked off a pretty solid moto there. So get a better start second moto, and hopefully can challenge the Lawrences.
As the revs come up, and the gate goes down. Hampshire podium in Moto 1, 13th right now. And Hampshire is as determined as they get. He will fight you with everything. Hampshire had a rough one, able to rally back to 9th to score some points. Max Mullen was 10th, Styles Robertson and Nate Thrasher rounding out the top 12.
Dude, my bars were like this.
RJ is charged like a man that was possessed, you know, had some unfortunate things happen. Second moto, he fell in the second turn and basically just eating roost all day and charging through it, which is impressive, but obviously it makes it easier on everybody if you get a good start.
After the step up that left, and then you jump that big deal, you got passed 4 times right there. Like, because you won the wrong side after, you know, before that. I don't understand that.
For me, there's a lack of commitment, a lack of, you know, willing to push through it. You know what I mean? Like just in the moments. Like you said, there is moments of when you are committed, and then it's kind of like it's almost like you're riding, trying to figure a few things out in the middle of the race. And Styles, I think his mindset coming in has been a little bit different than in the past, and he wants to kind of gradually build himself, which I support. But sometimes you get a little bit antsy and go like, all right, let's get more in the moment, and each round you'll probably see him step it up. Shane, for his first 450 National, he really got some good starts, ran up there, had some strong points to his race.
We're about to drop the gate in the 450 class, and it all starts right now. Roxon up the inside, big battle right there. He's able to grab that motorsport.com whole shot. Shane McElrath, the number 12, the white Rockstar Husky right there with him. And McElrath missed a lot of time in Supercross with a concussion. Only has a few weeks on the bike. So I talked to him earlier, and he's in a little bit of a tough spot. We're ready for 450 Moto 2. Hang on. He's trying to prove to this team that he can be a full-time guy all summer. Right now, he's only contracted for 4 races, but he's also working his way back from injury, and he hasn't raced much really in the last 2 seasons, so he's trying to ride within himself, but also impress everyone that's watching this event. So far, so good for the number 12.
I got arm pumped so bad. You did? Yeah. I couldn't hold on any tighter.
I think you're just trying to push in the turns like
Yeah.
Wasn't bad, but the start was good.
Yeah. I ripped the start.
So good.
Good job, bud. I didn't even know I was that far up.
Good job. That was so good.
ultimately, I think he did a lot of learning, and 10th overall, feeling pretty good about it, and onward and upward for the future.
Round 2 of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship Hangtown Classic.
The season opener at Pala, we had some ups and downs for sure. Unfortunately, Jalik took a spill on the opening lap of the first moto and was unable to, finish the day racing. So he just kind of licked his wounds, tried to heal up for the next weekend.
You can't talk about the Pro Motocross national history without mentioning Hangtown. Established in 1974, it's one of our original OG, nationals, and it's just amazing to be here.
Here it is, revs are up, gates down, and he's got the 31. How about that? Right with him, Jalik Swoll. Gotta give credit to Jalik Swoll. Crashed out of last week's race, and not only is he riding, but he's in second place. He's been under pressure this entire moto. Now he's dealing with Hunter Lawrence. Swoll goes down. Man, what a great moto he had going, and now it's going to be tough to even cling to the top 5. RJ Hampshire, title contender coming into this season, had a problem in the first moto and is not going to line up here in Moto 2.
Yeah, I spoke with Rockstar Husky manager Nate Ramsey, and he just said he's a little bit too beat up, couldn't continue, but it's a really tough break this early in the season. Literally every opportunity is still on the table, and to miss a moto only in the 4th moto of the year really puts you behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, that's a rider that wanted to win the title.
Things went from bad to worse for the Rockstar Husqvarna team, and, and Nate Ramsey and the group over there, that's sorry to see that.
This sport, we all love it so much. We see past some of the brutality of the sport. These riders are so tough. And, on the racetrack itself, you got obstacles, right? From jumps to bumps to corners to everything. Well, it's the same thing with when you hit the ground. Like, your obstacle now becomes, I got a sore shoulder. Oh, I got a stake in my rib where I got some fractured ribs that I got to get over, So you look at Jalik, slamming the ground really hard at the first round, and then all of a sudden the next weekend he's hole shotting and running up front. It's just it's a different mindset. And then you put RJ on that, that same page where crashing off the track, fracturing a couple ribs. And I don't even think he laid on the ground for 1 second. It was almost like, boom, he's up and he's riding again. And you could tell he was in pain, but he wasn't going to quit, So it is one of the tough parts and downsides to the sport, but it's pretty amazing how much we still love it, even knowing that stuff.
The expectation's always there to win, but I think that's pretty cliche. I think every team wants to win and every rider wants to win, but at the same time, every rider's different. And I think everybody has different goals and everybody's willing to risk it.
It is a weird situation, not one that I've ever been involved in, but at the same time, really stay calm, because that's one of the biggest things is everybody out there believes that they can do good and that they can win. So I just want to perform the best that I can, take advantage of this opportunity that I have and see where that gets me.
Revs are up, we're ready to go, and the gate is down. Good start, it's McElrath to the 12. Here's McElrath. The deal is at least 4 races with this team, but with Dean Wilson out with injury and Malcolm Stewart out with injury, you've got to figure he's in for longer term than that.
Yeah, who do they get to, that's going to replace him? Look at the place he's running. I hope that he gets the opportunity and extend the 4-race deal throughout the rest of the season. That'd be a great opportunity for Shane. I feel like he'd be a great mentor to the younger riders on the team and a great asset to the team.
It's been great having him around. He's such a good, positive person. I think his feedback with testing is really good. I think, it's pretty interesting that he jumped on the bike a couple weeks before his first 450 motocross race ever, and then he gets a top 10. So I think he's doing well. I think that Shane is very capable to run further up, and I think each week we should see a little bit more from him. So I'm excited to have him be a part of this thing, and we'll see how far it goes.
Jump, bud. Fifth.
What?
Fifth. Get your Corolla.
How?
Overall?
No.
In the moto, 5th.
How? I felt like 10 people passed me.
Oh, you thought you were worse than that? What?
Yeah.
What's the bonus then?
Yeah. I didn't know where I was. Just
you didn't see it on the board?
Yeah.
Fucking,
who was the Cowie? Was that Savachi or
Anderson?
Anderson?
Yeah.
I could
He made a push and then he started to get
I could
tired.
see the green board, but I didn't know who it was. But I'm like, you got to move.
Yeah, because you shuffled back to 6 and then he fell.
That's all right.
All
right.
Yeah, I came in here with a broken hand. Kind of just wanted to get going this year. I think I was 10th the first round, 9th the second round, and had some problems with the bike at first, just getting the new chassis developed. We got it at a pretty good spot now, and even with myself, I feel as I'm in a better spot. So just keep clicking them off.
It's going to be a mad rush to the inside of this right-hand first turn. Mechanics move away. It is rider versus rider now. Championship pressure is all here. Let's go.
That was Styles Robertson on that Rockstar Energy Factory Husqvarna racing machine, grabbing the second position.
Robertson trying to come back now on Lawrence. And with this high-speed section, he might be able to get him. Gonna be on the inside. Yeah, Styles Robertson getting it done.
Nice pass back by Styles Robertson. Holds it on, outbreaks Hunter Lawrence.
And Hunter looked a couple times like he had the move on Robertson, but Styles has proven tough here. Styles Robertson, good to see him getting back on track. Pops up every once in a while with some strong results, and there's far too many injuries in his early seasons here as a pro.
That first turn, you made a good move, though. You went right into the fork. Yeah, and then I was good, then someone fell in front of me. Yeah, over by the mechanic. It's all good. Keep chipping away. It's what it's all about. I mean, my best day ever, 7-7. 6-7. 6-7.
Yeah, you're coming.
I made a lot of passes after they fell in front of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to pass, like
you went like first lap, and then you went, oh crap, you pinned it.
Yeah.
You had a lot of good sections.
Did my line before the mechanics area, that outside all the way around was
good. Yeah. Tied that in. Yeah. For sure, better.
Yeah.
I don't know where it puts you overall. I mean,
that's my best day ever. 6-7. Yeah. Yeah, no, I've been steady, but definitely want to be, at least in the top 5 and podium before the year's over. And, I think if I just am there every weekend, it'll come.
After 3 weeks out west, Lucas Oil Pro Motocross is headed east. We're in Pennsylvania for round 4 of the 2022 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship.
So I'm down here with Rockstar Husky team manager Nate Ramsey. Now, a little bit of a bittersweet weekend. You get RJ Hampshire back, who was winning last year, but you lose Jalik Swole, who was your winner last year. So can you walk us through what's an update on Jalik? Why is he not here?
Yeah, it's a tough one. We're excited to have RJ back, but obviously with Jalik having such a good finish here last year, it's a bummer that he's not here. He's a little beat up from that crash last weekend, and we thought it was better that he sort of just take this weekend to regroup and go into the weekend off and really, come back strong for a Redbud.
RJ, you had a really tough get off at Hangtown, made you sit out the Thunder Valley National. But first off, how are you feeling and coming into a race that you rode really well last year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a racer, and this is our job. So if I can go racing, I'm gonna go racing. That's kind of how I've been my whole career. But hey, we're feeling good, and like I said, you'll get my best today.
Revs are up. Let's do it. Gates down on high point. Battle just outside the top 5. You got Thrasher 6, Justin Cooper in the middle here at 7. And then RJ Hampshire returning. You're missing last week's race with injury. Now that white 24 Rockstar Husqvarna crashed. Took a trackside banner mistake and broke some ribs, actually. And had to spend a couple days in the hospital. He's hanging tough right now in 8th.
Coming back from a pretty serious injury there. Spent some time in the hospital. First time back on the bike racing. Had to skip Thunder Valley, so hats off to RJ.
Right away, we did it any fast. So like about 4 or 5, I was like, oh no, yeah, oh no, yeah, it's about a hole in my office, another hole like this. And then whenever I fell and then had that moment, I said, dude, I'm gonna save my life right now. I guarantee nobody else out here in this paddock will I give you mad respect.
It's a bummer for sure. I mean, it's part of the sport though. Like, you know, I had a pretty decent Supercross season and you know, motocross has been kind of my stronger, you know, aspect in racing. So, you know, you're looking forward to coming out here. And man, I was ready to be battling for the championship, or at least be up there in the hunt, and see it go away that fast, second round. It's like, yeah, you know, it's a big kind of digger, but heck, you know, it's part of the sport, and just show up each weekend now and try to be our best, try to get some wins. You know, I'll be stoked on that, and heck, you know, make this team proud and get our sponsors back up front.
You know, when you get riders who train together every day and it's so competitive, everybody wants that competitive edge, that sometimes you will have flare-up between the team or riders or whatnot. Nobody wants to be the last person back to the truck, I can guarantee you that.
Maybe you're gonna crash, or I was eating